Hello, a warm welcome to Standard 8 dear children. I am Mrs. Manisha Yasangekar who is going to teach you English this year. Okay, so I hope your textbooks are open in front of you so that as and how I teach you, you can go through your lessons, your poems, you can mark some important introductions this year that you will be having for your Standard 8. Now, one thing you remember, Standard 8 is going to be your base for Standard 9th and 10th. So, you are learning lots of new things in Standard 8 which will be very important for you to use them in Standard 9th and 10th. Fine. So, now your first I am going to start with the poem A Time to Believe. Okay. So, let us begin with unit 1.1, that is A Time to Believe. Now, this poem is penned by the poet B.J. Montbazar. Okay. Now, what is the importance of this poem? The topic is that you are going to learn how positive you have to be in your life. The poet is telling you that you need to be always inspired with an positive attitude in your life. This poem gives you a positive feeling, it builds up your faith in living a better life, that you can achieve your success. It builds and encourages you to achieve good things in your life. Okay. So, we start with the poem. Now, A Time to Believe. Now, as and how you go through the poem, you will find certain figures of speeches. So, let me first mention the types of figures of speeches which will be mentioned in the poem. As and how I teach the poem, you can just go through and follow the board and see the figures of speech that will be appearing in every paragraph. So, the different types of figures of speech that you find into this poem are: okay. So, here are the 4 figures of speeches that you will find into the poem. Okay. You can see epigram, alliteration, personification and repetition. Now, as in how you study the poem, you have to know the rhyming words. You are knowing about it into your earlier classes. You must have studied in the since the second and third standard what are the rhyming words, but the new thing that you learn is the rhyming scheme which is to be followed into the poem, and this will be again carried forward for the 9th and 10th standard also. So, now we start with the poem A Time to Believe. To believe is to know that every day is a new beginning, is to trust that miracles happen and dreams really do come true. What does this mean? Here the poet wants to tell you that never be depressed in your life, never have a negative thought. You keep faith in yourself that every day you are going to face something new and it's always going to be a new beginning. Then past is gone, the new starts, and the future will always give you success. He is telling you to trust and that the miracles always happen. If you keep faith and you keep a strong belief, miracles happen and always you will achieve good and success in your life. To believe is to see angels dancing among the clouds. Now, do we really see angels dancing in the clouds? No, this is just an imagination given into the poem. Why the imagination is given into the poem? It's just telling you to build up a positive feeling that there you will find angels dancing among the clouds, means you see something miracle happening, something nice happening. That means miracles can happen in your life also, and you can achieve success and you can always reach to a higher point. To know also the wonder of stardust sky. Now, what do you mean by stardust sky? Your stardust means magical sky. Okay. Now, does there be any magical sky? No, the poet just wants to tell you that there can be magic, there can be miracles, there can be surprises which will help you and inspire you to achieve your success. Okay. Now, here the word stardust sky. Now, the sky is described as stardust sky. Now, stardust means magical sky. So, when we are referring to the stardust sky, what does stardust refer to here now? You have certain describing words also. What are describing words? Now, describing words are called as adjectives. So, here you have the first word star, dust, sky. So, what does this? This is describing the sky. So, it is an adjective. So, you have to find out certain adjectives also from the poem. So, there will be certain exercises based on the poem. So, you will have to remember certain words. Okay. That next comes, now first see, we had the to believe is to know the value of nurturing heart, the innocence of a child's eye, and the beauty of an aging hand. For it is through their teachings we learn to love. Now, what does this mean? Here, to believe means always keep faith and have good respect for the nurturing hands. Now, who are the nurturing hands referred to here? The nurturing hands referred to here are your parents, who always guide you, who nurture you, who take care of you, the people in your family. It may be your grandpa, grandma, your uncle, aunt, your elder brothers and sisters. So, always have faith that they will be always doing good for you, and they are the nurturing hearts, the hearts who always take care of you. So, it's necessary to have faith in them, keep respect for them, have faith that they will always take you to a good path. The innocence in the child's eye. A child is very innocent because the child is, we can always say, like, you know, that you can mold a child as you want. When it's small, as you come to school, you are very innocent. The teachers teach you good manners, parents teach you good manners, good deeds. They tell you good stories, teachers through their lessons, and otherwise always keep on telling you good deeds, and we try to build up your personalities because there is lots of innocence in you. As in how we put up good things in you, you grow up with those good things and always keep faith that somebody is teaching you good, and you always try to be good. And the beauty, always try to believe in the beauty of an aging hand. Now, who is an aging hand? Your aging hand means a person who is growing old. So, you might say, "Arey, he is an old man, old grandpa, old grandma, why should we value them? They are grown old, what they can do?" They have seen life, they have lots of experience in their life. So, they always guide you. Their experience will always help you to achieve your success. Their experience helps you to solve your difficulties. So, it is through their help also that you can always go and achieve your path. So, here they are telling you to always keep faith into the aging hand. And for it is through their teachings, they are referred to the parents, here they are referred to the old granny, grandpas, old people all around whom you have. So, always learn to love them and to respect them. Now, again in this paragraph, we are again finding two describing words. Here you have a nurturing heart. So, again nurturing heart is again a adjective. Then another word you have see, aging hand. I hope you know how to recognize an adjective. What does an adjective do? It always describes a noun, how the noun is. So here the sky is how? Stardust. How is the heart? Caring, nurturing. How is the hand? Aging. That means that it is old hand. So these are the words which describes a noun. That's why they are called as describing words, and in grammar you call them adjectives. Fine. So then, to believe is to find the strength and courage that lies within us. So you have always, don't sit nagging, don't sit crying, I can't do this, I can't do that, it's so much of homework, how am I going to write, exams are coming, there's no time, I have to get up to and run to school, rush to classes, this, that, no complaints. Believe that you have strength and you have the courage to go forward and face any type of difficulties that you face. Take it very lightly, keep strength and hold courage, and all your problems will be solved. And when it is time to pick up the pieces and begin again, means don't feel, never be shattered with any type of problems. Whenever you face any problems, don't sit crying and don't sit nagging behind. Always encourage yourself, take all the courage and strength, stand up and say, yes, I'm going to do it, and I am going to show and bring better results. I'm going to make my parents proud, make the school proud, the teachers happy, parents happy, and most yourself, and you will be surprised to see that yes, I have done it, because earlier I was always lacking back behind in maths. Because that's just a psychological thing. Oh, I can't do it, whether I'll be able to by heart the formula, whether I'll be able to solve this. No. They pick up the strength and get it, and see that whatever small and big problems you have, always gather your strength and courage and challenge yourself that I'm going to do it. Again, to believe is to know we are never alone. That life is a gift that is given to us, and this is our time to cherish the gift that is given to you. So you are never alone. Life is with you and you have to cherish. What do you mean by cherish? You need to value, you need to love the life that God has given you and make very good, very best out of it, because we have a limited span period. As the environment is going on out, see the air, sudden outbreak of this pandemic, the COVID-19, whatever we are seeing now, coronavirus, see, who thought this would happen? We never thought this would happen, but it has happened, and we strongly the whole world is fighting. It's not only about Indians and India, and neither only Pune people and Pune. It's the whole world is fighting against it. Such renowned personalities just in India we have lost them. We have lost Irfan Khan, we have lost Rishi Kapoor, we have lost just last 2 days back another Kannada actor, Chiranjeevi Sarja. There are so many people whom we have missed this year, and we never thought this would happen. Still there are so many names, but still we never thought. But here life is given. We are lucky that we are having this life. We need to take precautions, build up and be strong, learn to cherish your life, love it and make it successful. Now, again, to believe is to know that wonderful surprises are just waiting to happen, and all our hopes and dreams are within reach only and only if you believe. So here, to believe now again is to know that wonderful surprises are just waiting for you. They can come anytime. Now, as and how you get maybe your results, you'll never know that, oh, I am supposed to score so much. I never thought I would score so much. I never thought I would get this percentage. And the happiness that comes into the family, you'll feel happy that all are wonderful surprises. Some of you must have also got wonderful surprises. We are giving you 100% result this year. So all lots of surprises we have got, and they are always waiting to happen only when you believe, and they come only when you struggle and fight for yourself. Fight in the sense, don't go and fight with people. Fight in the sense, fight with your difficulties. This fight does not mean you go and fight with people or with your friends, your classmates and the people, children and friends who are sitting next to you. Your fight means fight with your difficulties. Surprises are always there. You can achieve success only and only when you try and believe that yes, I can do it. Only then and then you can always achieve success. That's the title. It is a time to believe in yourself that you can do it. I hope I am very much clear with the poem. Okay. Now we'll just go through the figures of speech. The first figure of speech that you can see is epigram. Now where do you find it? You will find it in the first 2 lines of your textbook. To believe is to know that every day is a new beginning. Okay. Now this line is a epigram. Why it is an epigram? When we speak, it can be a saying, a proverb, when a line is describing a general truth, telling you a general truth. Like for another one you can take say a stitch in time saves 9. Okay. Too many cooks spoil the soup. So these are the things, these are general truth. I won't give you a big lecture. I can tell you in short. Yes, a stitch in time saves 9. What does it mean? It's a general truth. What does it mean here? That do your work on time, so that more and more mistakes or something that you're going to lose, you don't lose it. So here it's a proverb, and here this line also is telling you to believe is to know that every day is a new beginning. So it's a sort of a proverb which gives you a general truth, and that means it is an epigram. So how do you describe? You write what is a figure of speech that you can see in the first para. I find it as figure of speech is epigram, and then you have to mention the lines and inform that it describes is the general truth. Then go to the second line. See, to believe is to see angels dancing among the clouds. Now do we really see angels in today's time dancing around anywhere in the clouds? We do not see any angels dancing into the clouds. Okay, but here the human quality is given to the angels who are dancing up on the clouds. So when this human quality is given to something which does not exist, is something which does not have life, okay, a still materialistic thing, when we give some human quality, behavioral pattern, human quality to it, that time it is called as personification, because we are personifying the angels here, that they are dancing on the cloud. So the figure of speech is personification. Okay. Then next you will find, see the same second paragraph, last line, and the wisdom of the man in the moon. Now I'll just wipe out with this. So I'll write down, okay, we'll write down again. We have finished with epigram and personification. Now come to alliteration. Now see the line there, the last line you have. Now, alliteration means particular same alphabet is repeated. Here you have man and moon. So when I repeat this sentence, see, and the wisdom of man in the moon, man and moon rhymes. So that M rhymes, it gives a better rhythmic effect to the poem. So whenever it is alliteration, a particular alphabet repeats itself. Okay, see M and An, that's why it is known as alliteration. So you will find two figures of speech in second paragraph. First one we saw, it is personification. Second we saw is alliteration. So the last one that remains is repetition. Now, what do you mean by repetition? Your repetition means the lines or the words are repeated. Okay. Now, see here, in the whole poem, we cannot see that there is only one paragraph or anything. Here, see again and again. To believe is to know, to believe, to believe, to believe, to believe. This word to believe is repeated 4 to 5 times into the poem. So, when such lines are repeated often into the same lines are repeated again and again into the poem, you find repetition, the figure of speech, repetition into the poem. So, I hope I am clear with this. Okay. Now, see, if you want, just turn your page to page number 3 and you can go there and see. Now, first see, rearrange the letters to make meaningful words occurring in the poem. Can you see there? Now, there are all words jumbled and given to you. Okay. Now, these jumbled words, you are supposed to put them into a right form. First word, I will just help you out to solve some few, and others you are going to do it on your own so that you learn and you have practice. First word that we can find here is C-L-E-A-R-M-I-S. Now, this is a jumbled word. You are supposed to put it in proper form and form another sensible word. It comes as miracles. See, is M there? Yes. I there? Yes. Is R here? Yes. A there? Yes. C? Yes. Then L, E, S. Are you clear? So, this is the way how you are going about it. Okay. So, you are supposed, these words you will find in the poem itself. You won't go anywhere else to search. You will find them in the poem itself. Another word I do for you, use whenever you are doing this, to cut out whatever is there, always use your pencil. Nobody is going to mess up with the pen here. So, whenever I'm just done this, why? Because this is a way how you get it in a easy way. So, I hope I'm very clear. One more example I'll just take for you. R-I-S-S-U-P-S-E-R. Okay. So, here you will have surprises. Same way. So, when you are cutting, you are going to cut it with the S, U, R, P, R, then I, S, E, S. So, when you are doing this cutting work, you are going to use a pencil. Once you are done with it and practiced with it, then it is easy for you to do. Now, already you are in the 8th standard, more matured children of mine. So, nothing to worry about. Okay. So, now this is your homework. You are supposed to sit at home, just go through the whole process, what I have done, read the poem, study the figure of speech, and when we meet, we revise again. Okay. Thank you and all the best. Do well in your 8th standard.